Today, we want to talk about freedom. What is freedom? Freedom is the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action. It means to be independent of oneself. I'm speaking of freedom that has to do with independence from control of parents, guardians, or superior individuals. Now, we have healthy and unhealthy freedom. The healthy freedom means you are matured enough to take responsibility for yourself. While unhealthy freedom means you are left to yourself when you are not supposed to be released just like that. When you are doing things that people are supposed to do for you, like guardians, like superior ones, like parents and what have you, you are the one doing it for yourself, then that is what unhealthy freedom. Just like a baby trying to fend for himself or herself. But before you can say you want freedom, what are the things that must be in place before you can say you want freedom? Those qualified for freedom. Number one, those who have the understanding of freedom. Do you really know the meaning of freedom? If you don't know the meaning of freedom, don't clamor for freedom. Don't clamor for liberty. Freedom is not an opportunity to misbehave. Freedom is not an opportunity for you to endanger your life. Because wrong action can result to death. You have to watch out for this. Number two, those who are matured are the ones who are ready for freedom. Are you matured enough to take the bull by its horn? If you are not matured enough to enjoy a certain level of freedom, it may result to child abuse. Another means of child abuse is not molesting a child, but leaving a child to fend for himself or herself, or leaving a tender person to fend for himself or herself when such a person is supposed to be under a cover. Number three, those who are disciplined, they are those who are to enjoy freedom. If you are not living a life of discipline, men will not fail to discipline you. If you don't want to be disciplined by situations and circumstances of life, then you must be a man of discipline or a person of discipline. Not until we see your level of discipline, we cannot commit things into your hands. It takes only those who are disciplined and have principles of life that can handle things effectively. Then again, who are those that are qualified for freedom? Those who are ready for responsibility. Responsibility is what makes a man responsible. If you are not ready to take action or to be responsible for your choices in life, the ones you make in life or things that happen to you, then you are not qualified for freedom. If you are the type of person that you are always passing the buck, you are always known to always shift blame, you always dodge away from realities, you always hide away from realities, then you are not qualified to enjoy freedom. Note these three things. Number one, freedom is expensive, but dependency is cheap. Independence is expensive because you will have to take care of yourself, just as if you want to leave your father's house. You should know that you're going to get a house for yourself. Your parents are no longer responsible for you. You have to feed, you have to do this. If you are not matured enough, or you are not up to that level, you don't have all it takes to be free, please don't break yourself away from some certain things. Because if you do, you may have such stories to tell in the nearest future. Number two, you must understand also that you are depending on someone does not mean that you should not think for yourself. Because freedom calls you to think for yourself. Socrates says something. To find yourself, you need to think for yourself. Those who make self-discovery, that those who are thinking for themselves. At least to a level, freedom makes you to be able to think for yourself and discover your own world. But when you want to enjoy freedom all through, even in your freedom, you still need to be guided. You are not expected to be totally free away from the bond of relatives, away from the bond of your masters, away from the bond of those who have gone ahead of you. You need to be guided in life, because a life that lacks compass is a life of trespass. If you are not guided, then you are not guarded. I kept on saying this on this clip, that you must not think you can do it all by yourself. You need areas to which people need to check on you. Someone one time said something, that an unexamined life is not worth living. If you're living a life that no one is calling you into accountability, then you are already dying without knowing. The third thing you need to note is that the most courageous act is still to think for yourself, according to Coco Chanel. He said the most courageous act is for you to think for yourself. That you are under someone's tutelage does not mean that you should not think for yourself. And that you are also free of someone is another opportunity for you to think for yourself. Because we've come to discover that men get better even in unpleasant situations. When you find yourself in unpleasant circumstances, you get the best out of yourself. But you must check yourself. Are you ready to take responsibility before putting your head into one? If you are not qualified for freedom, don't go for freedom. Because independence is expensive, dependency is cheap. But despite how cheap dependency is not an opportunity for you to waste time and resources. You must strike a balance in life. I remain Pastor Samson Adiola Fagbayemu for Youth Revival Movement.